Okay, so I'm back to go over my rares. So in the last video we did the blacks, the blues, the golds, the lands, and the whites. And in this one I'm going to go over the reds, the greens, the artifacts, and the... Oh, there's some more greens back here. The greens and the hybrid cards. Alright, and like I said in the last video, my cards span many years. I started playing in Legions. Of course I have rares from before Legions, so this may be not as useful to, you know, I don't know what the tournament is where you play the newest 3 blocks, limited or standard or something. So, well, you know, whatever. One man's junk is another man's treasure. Again, I'm not sure exactly the value on these cards. They're not all rare, like I have the holis in here too. But I know I do have a few good cards, like I had Rafiki the Many in my gold stack, and the Sliver Overlord. And I'm sure I have a few other ones that I'm not entirely sure of their worth, but I'm sure they're worth something. Or they'll be worth something to somebody. Battering Craghorn, Carplusian Minotaur, 1 in Holi, Dragon Whelp, that's also in Holi, Balduvian Barbarians, that's all the red Holis. And then we've got Paradox Miner, Skirk, Fire Marshal, Goblin Goon, Imperial Hellkite, Click Slither, Dragon Tyrant, Elemental Mastery, Moijin of Infinite Rage, Molten Sentry, Siege of Towers, Caldera, Hellion, another Carplusian Minotaur. I don't know what I want to do for my next deck idea. I know it's either going to be an entire deck of split cards, or mostly split cards, or it's going to be a coin flip deck. I like to make decks that are fun. I mean, they don't have to win every game. I'm not a crazy player like that. I don't mind losing. I just like to build fun decks. Something that's interesting. Something that isn't, I don't rip off a website or off another person and somebody just signed off and ruined my video. Fortune Thief, Paradox Dragon, 2 of those. Wheel of Fate, Krakenwick, Cremator, World Heart Phoenix, Voracious Dragon, 2-headed Dragon, Goblin King, Capricious Ifrit, 2 of those. Let's see, greens. Elemental Resonance, Guy's Herald, 3 of those. Thornscape Familiar, in Holi. Everglove Courier, in Holi. Dustwood Tracker, Jorale, Empress of Beasts, Strength in Numbers, Incremental Growth. I really hope I've been showing you at least a semi-good picture. Sylvan, those are all the Holis. Sylvan, Safekeeper, Symbiotic Worm, Tempting Worm, which is really terrible rare, but Primordial Sage, Petrified Woodkin, Earth Surge, Cytoplast Rootkin. I know a lot of people like Graft, that's a Graft card. Protean Hulk. I've seen the video about the Protean Hulk Flash combo, and that's terribly cool. And I wanted to make a deck like that, but you know what? I think I'll pass. Oran Viper, Brooding Sauron, Spike Tilla, this old guy, Magus of the Candelabra, Stonewood Invocation. Oh, him. Oh, yeah. Everybody loves this guy. Even if he's terrible and you can, like terror him first turn or chump block him. So what? 13/13. That's great. Cloud Thresher, Vigor, Helix Pentacle. Love to make a deck around this. Only because, again, it's a fun deck. Something different. Talara's Battalion, Cillian Sunsinger, Lurgoth. That's an old one too. It's not a new Lurgoth. I don't know exactly when they came out, but this looks like it's a 4th edition or something like that, or whatever. Skullmuncher, Primeval Force, Verdant Force. Lots of forces. Okay, so that's green. Going on to artifacts. Arcbound Hybrid, Geth's Grimoire, Lock of Yesterdays, Visceran Sliver, Wicked Warcrawler, Junk. Okay, and those are all the holies for those. Okay, now Junk Golem, Doom Cannon, Stabilizer. As you can see, these are old artifacts because they're brown instead of the gray. Stabilizer, Lightning Coils, Dampening Matrix, Eon Hub, Ashes of the Fallen, Bloodletter Quill, Triskelevus or something. Hive Stone. Now that is a really interesting card. Creatures control slivers in addition to other types. That's really cool. Candles of Lang, Lotus Bloom. I actually like this card. I've never actually used it in a deck, but I imagine that it's got some potential and probably worth some sort of amount of money. I have no idea. Ward of Bones, Sigil of Distinction, Obelisk of Alara, the Rack. Oh my god, the Rack. The Rack. This is I think this is also a 4th edition because it's got the type line on the very bottom, the copyright. They didn't have that in the revised, did they? Or the 3rd, or the unlimited set it was. Yeah, I like the Rack. Disrupting Scepter, Aladdin's Ring. Hey, another Disrupting Scepter. You messed up my my count. Aladdin's Ring, Howling Mine, and a second. There we go. And we have just enough time to get through the hybrids. Okay, they're now in no real color order. Durgar Assailant, Snake Form, Murderous Redcap. Those are all on Holly. Dominus of Fealty, Crecklebur, Mindrack Liege, Crickwood Liege, Doomgape, Wood Harvest, Worm Harvest, whatever. Worm Harvest. And Waves of Aggression. So, and I know the lieges are worth some sort of money, I think. At least a couple bucks. The Mindrack Liege and the Creekwood Liege. I think the Creekwood Liege is actually pretty cool. And then I've got one of those avatars or whatever that each color had in the Spirit Moor and whatever, the Shadowmoor and the Eventide blocks or whatever. Anyway, that's all my rares. I mean, aside from the ones in my decks, and there's probably a few at my friend's house that you always see me play with, Ian. And I mean, I have a box full of. I mean, like 5 seconds. Again, I just got. I don't know what set I see from Eventide, Conflux, a little M10, 10th edition. Which one's that? Shards of Alara, Time Spiral, little Time Spiral. A couple Odyssey cards for whatever reason. More Eventide. I bought a lot of Eventide because of the red-white is what I wanted to make my red-white deck. So I bought a lot of Eventide. Eventide. There's a Snowland. 9th edition, 8th edition, but again, don't expect to see much of that. Shadowmoor. There's an Onslaught card. Time Spiral. M10. There's an Exodus card from way back then. There's a Legions guy. There's another one of those Legions guys. These guys were my weenie deck, but I'll soon remove them. More Eventide, Shadowmoor, Complex. There's an Ice Age guy. lorwyn. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. So, of course, like I said, this is not even, that's not even, like, close to, probably not even a tenth of the cards that I have. Again, I collected way back when, and then I went on my Magic hiatus from about, I stopped after Time Spiral, and came back as soon, right when Alara Reborn came out. Kind of regretting it now, because, God. But, so anyway, these are my cards for trade. So if any of them strike you as interesting, right now I'm looking to create a split card deck. So I'm looking for any of those split cards from Dissension mostly, although I'd probably be open to anything. I'm probably going to trade on like a monetary value, so I'm going to look at a website and see what the cards are worth. And again, the Dissension ones are rare, and I see that they go for like $1 at most. So, and I'm sure my rares kind of go for like $1 a piece. So I'll probably be able to trade it evenly. But I'll be leaning either way, and you know. Either that, or I'd be looking to make a coin deck, so I'd be looking for those Karak's Thumbs and Mana Clashes and another couple Carplusion Minotaurs and some other coin things. So anyway, this video's going on a little too long. So let me know if anything in there was interesting, and I kind of just messed up the entire flow of the box. Great. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.